Isn't it pretty cool that now you can pick almost any spot you want on the globe and be there within a couple days? Travel is definitely one of the fads of this time period. People now travel a lot more than they did in recent history. And all over Instagram and YouTube and blogs, you can hear people talk for hours about how great it is and why you need to do it and what all the awesome parts are. And there's people who travel full-time for months and years on end just from one place to another. And they say it should be done when you're young, when you have a family, when you retire. There are a lot of fads that are kind of silly, but traveling actually is really great. One good reason to travel is the food. It's like adventure for your mouth. There's a few weird foods out there, but all the awesome foods outweigh them, and you won't get to taste them unless you go there and try them yourself. It's a little cliche, but another great thing about travel is it broadens your perspective. For me, having to carry everything I need with me and then seeing a lot of people who live with a lot less stuff than I'm used to really got me thinking about how much stuff do you actually need. And you can also learn a lot just from watching a different way of doing things. For example, individual dishes versus a group platter. One might be a little bit more hygienic, but one helps bring together a group a lot more while eating. Travel is also education. You can read the news and history all you want, but actually seeing places firsthand where things have happened or are happening helps you understand and feel it in a whole new way. I used to believe war was awful, and when I saw places like Gettysburg and the Middle Eastern refugee crisis, I understood it a whole lot more. Something else that makes travel great is it teaches you to get out of your comfort zone. Your comfort zone may be great for keeping you safe when you're a little kid, but as we get older, we can all get stuck in a rut of being too scared to try something new. But when you're in a strange place with a strange language and you need to get food and transportation, you're gonna have to find a way to get out of your comfort zone. And once you get in the habit of getting past your imaginary fears, it's a hard thing to stop. And one of the best things is you get to be wowed. God has made so many awesome things all over the world that will just take your breath away, and pictures will never do them justice, so you have to go and see them yourself. I'm not an extremely hardcore traveler, but I am gone more than some. In the past 2 years, I've been able to go to Nova Scotia, Quebec City, in Chicago, West Virginia, Florida, Puerto Rico, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, Mississippi, the North Shore, San Diego, and Dallas, and Las Vegas. And then I was able to spend about a month in Iraq and a little over a week in Mexico. For a while, going places and planning and researching about trips was all I did in my spare time, and God let a lot of those dreams come true. I got to go to a lot of cool places and have a lot of adventures that I wouldn't trade for anything. But whenever I got home, I would still kind of have the cup is half full feeling in the back of my mind. And I either had to get all excited about the next adventure or come to grips with the fact that I wasn't feeling totally fulfilled. I've slowly come to realize that if traveling is just fulfilling your own desires and finding adventure, it's going to be a dead-end road. God's plan for our lives is not just to satisfy our own wishes, but for us to worship Him by surrendering our will for His. That doesn't mean that He doesn't want us to travel, but He doesn't want us to become infatuated with something that's in this world. He wants our energy and imagination. I've also learned that God's kingdom is way bigger than just my church or just the United States. It's all over the world. And I've learned a lot about the gospel and sharing it with others in different places. And the church may disagree on a lot of things like the end times and Bible translations, but one thing it can agree on is Jesus' command to help those in need. And some of the people with the worst needs are scattered all over the world. Helping refugees and old people in forgotten nursing homes has been some of the most fulfilling things I've ever done in my life. But travel isn't all local meals for under $1 and sunsets on the beach.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
It's brutal. Reaccommodation is everywhere. Different languages and cultures can be frustrating. It's expensive, and I also have several friends that have gotten malaria and hepatitis, and that's no fun at all. So, just a couple things to remember. Stay grateful. It's only a small number of people in history and even right now that get the opportunity to travel wherever they want, whenever they want. And It's not a competition. There's no prize for the person with the most passport stamps or most liked Instagram photo. Small qualifier, I may be a little bit of a hypocrite on this one. I do like Instagram when I'm traveling, and I may have went to Turkey just to get the passport stamp. And don't travel just because everyone else is doing it. If you're happier staying at home, that's just great. The world needs plenty of people like that too. But give it a try just once to make sure that you don't like it. And don't become dissatisfied with life at home. There's plenty of wonders to be found in your own backyard if you'll look closely. You don't have to buy a big airplane ticket to have fun. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. A friend told me I need to journal more, so I thought this would be one way of doing it. And hope it didn't sound like I talked out of both sides of my mouth too much, but there is two sides to every coin. And so if you're going on a trip and you need another friend, you should call me.